computer. All right. So if you guys checked out the team calendar, we're doing a lot of different stuff this month on our team page. We're actually putting some of the training into our team page. You guys saw last week we did Emerald training. This week, actually starting tomorrow, is going to be Instagram training. And we're kind of kicking off Sunday night calls now because I feel like it worked for us in the past. A lot of people were able to join us on Sunday nights more than on weeknights. You know, like us parents, like we are all over the place with kids on weeknights. So we're hoping that this works, but we're calling it the Sunday Coach Kickoff so that it really just kicks off our week, gets us started. And if we have training that week, we're going to touch upon, what the topic that we're going to talk about. So tonight is Instagram. We're not going to give away a ton of stuff tonight. We're going to talk a lot about, basic stuff, right? Getting started, the things that you should be doing, the things you shouldn't be doing. And then during the week, we're going to be training more on Instagram throughout the team page. So make sure you stay tuned to the team page. So how many of you have Instagram right now? Let's see hands. Okay, awesome.
How many are posting on Instagram every day? Okay.
That's good.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
How many feel like they got Instagram, like you have it nailed, that you are able to get customers and business from it? That's the issue, right?
Maybe.
So that's what we're going to be talking about this week.
Cool. Yeah. So, all right, first things first, really have to make sure that you have your avatar. I know I talk about the avatar all the time. I talk about designing, one person that you're going to talk to, because I've said this all the time. I know Michelle says it all the time, but if you are talking to everyone, you're not going to be talking to anyone. Okay. If you are talking to everyone, you're not going to be talking to anyone. Okay, so you really have to find that one person. Think about the one person that you would love to have on your team or in your challenge group. And then think about the things that you should be posting to attract that person. Okay, I talk about the 5 pillars. I've posted about it. I've talked about it. Make sure you have your 5 pillars written down. And that's just the 5 things that are interesting to you. The things that you love to do, the things that you're passionate about. So who is your lifer? Like, who on your team would you want to be a lifer with you? And then think about that as you're posting on social media, as you're posting on Instagram. The same goes for Facebook, right? You have to be sharing content, appropriate to your avatar.
But it's easier on Instagram, right? Because people use the hashtags on Instagram, right? And you can use the hashtags to find like-minded people. So it's easier than finding these like-minded people sometimes than on Facebook, or maybe to find someone who's in, like, I'm going to use Amy, for example. Amy's into like golden doodles. We have a golden doodle type dog. Okay. So maybe that's you, or maybe you're into something like that, whatever it is. So Amy can go search hashtags, golden doodles, and there's a billion of them on Facebook, all different kinds. And you can find people that are into that same thing. Now you might be into something totally different, but they're out there and they're easy to find on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And they're easy to target those accounts and to build your account with like-minded people following you.
Right. And we'll talk about hashtags in a bit, and we'll talk about the fact that you don't want them to be too popular. You want them to be very detailed hashtags, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But your avatar, you guys, is going to be you. Okay. You want to attract someone who is similar to you, who is like-minded. That's the type of person you want on your team, right? So you have to be always thinking about you and the person you want to reach. So get specific on who you are and what you're about. Okay, write down your 5 pillars. Make sure you're looking at that every day. Make sure you have posts that are, centered around that. And then also think about who you were before Beachbody, because some people will be like, okay, I'm a retired hairdresser, so I'm going to hashtag retired hairdresser. But you don't want to hashtag who you are now. You want to hashtag who you were before. So I am just hashtagging nanny, right? Because I was a nanny. That's where I was. You don't want to hashtag like nanny to CEO, or like hashtag where I am now. I want to hashtag who I want to follow me, right? So
who you want to reach.
I'm getting
example, like for what she's trying to get at though, is that if you hashtag something that another distributor or coach or somebody that already has another business or whatever has, you will be finding people that already have an attachment to another company and aren't going to be interested in Beachbody. So you want to find the people before they get attached to another company, mm-hmm. right? So that's what Amy's trying to find, people that were like her 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. All right, so to start things off, we've shared these videos in Team Rise Up, but I want to make sure that you guys go to the Beachbody Champions page. Okay, make sure that you like and are following the Beachbody Champions page first and foremost. And then Haley Christian, our dog is trying to like eat something on the ground here. Hayley and Christian. And then Amber Lanier, Lanier. They have awesome Instagram trainings on Beachbody Champions. So we're going to actually be sharing
This
those.
is going to be part of this
training
during the week. So you don't have to do it right now. We'll be posting a link. But if you want to get a head start tonight, everything we know about, or most of what we know about Instagram and our successes come from those two trainings alone.
I really just simply followed what they said in their videos, and I've been doing that obviously with my own little spin on it. But
Haley spoke at Summit, and then some had said that it was sort of a repeat of what she had spoke about on the Champions page. I came back and watched it. It's like a 45-minute video. I think I watched it 3 times in the week following Summit just to kind of really let everything sink in. And Amber's video is very similar, but it's got some extra nuggets in it as well. And like, it begins and ends with those two trainings as far as I'm concerned. I've watched a lot of Instagram trainings. You know, Alyssa Shoemaker has one that's very popular. You know, I think Jen Richardson has one. None of them are as good as those two as far as giving you exact practical advice that's easy to follow. You don't need this stuff is so duplicatable. You don't need an ads budget to build your account. You can do this on the cheap. And what we're finding is that the folks on Instagram are super receptive to getting messages and creating relationships.
Oh
it's so funny how it's different
than Facebook. It's so much easier to talk to people. People respond to you much quicker on Instagram than they do on Facebook. I don't know what it is, and they're just easier to talk to. They'll give information freely. I can't quite figure out what it is, but I love going on and just responding to all my Instagram messages because they respond like right back, right? And now I have like all these messages to respond to, but it's just getting those conversations started and talking to people, and it's just so much easier to talk to them. And maybe it's because they're watching your life on Instagram. Maybe they're watching your Instagram stories. They feel like they know you. They respond back to you. But we'll talk about Instagram stories in a little bit.
Instagram seems to be just kind of a more easygoing platform than Facebook, right? Like, it's not all about writing the book or the posts that turn people off. Like, some people can be turned off by Facebook. So,
and you're also not talking to like friends of friends. You're talking to literally strangers pretty much, which I find is easier to, I don't know about you guys, but I find like it's easier to invite people that I'm strangers with than people that I know, or a friend of a friend, or you know what I mean? Or someone who's a friend of the family. I just will pop an invite out there. I'm like, I don't know this person. We've talked a few times back and forth, but it just seems easier to me. The second thing we're going to talk about is content. Okay, so with Facebook, you're thinking content in words, right? Like, I'm going to be words, I'm going to talk, I'm going to inspire people. On Instagram, it's a visual thing. People are going to follow you if they come to your page and see your bright, awesome pictures.
Or vice versa. They're going to, if they come to your page and see crappy pictures and see pictures of Shakeology and Shift Shop, and I haven't watched it. I have no idea. I'm not using any examples or anything, but like, it is a visual platform. You have to make sure that your pictures are on point. And Amy's going to talk about some of the filters she's using. But they're also mentioned in these videos. But super, super important that the look is right. And if you have questions about the look, go pull the top 25 and go look at their top 25 coaches in Beachbody and go look at their Instagrams, because they have a look where if you look in the first 9 pictures that they have,
they're all crisp.
They're crisp,
filter,
and
right?
And sometimes they use some, the diagonal or the different, where they'll put the motivational pics on one side or another or whatever. And that's an option too, to make it look cool. But they always look interesting. That's the point, is they always grab the user.
And Amber Lanier in her training talks about using the same filter for all of your pictures, just because it creates one solid foundation. When you scroll down someone's Instagram, it just looks better if everything is blending and cohesive. Right? So I have found a filter, and I played around with them for a while, right? And I have a combination of filters that I use to kind of combine one picture. And I actually use one that they recommended. It's called Pick, Tap, Go. It's all one word, Pick, Tap, Go. And I just found one that I liked that was bright. It's actually just makes my workout room bright. The picture I posted tonight just kind of brightens up my wall. And then I just kind of blur out the background sometimes, and then myself just stands out a little more.
It doesn't have to be bright. It could be like Emily Kirby. I don't know if you guys know her, but she does a lot of most of her business is from Instagram. She's like a top 10 coach right now. And she doesn't use a lot of bright. She uses more muted colors, but it's like if you look at her page, it's like, wow, this looks cool. Like I would want to, follow that person.
So you got to find something that speaks to you.
Yeah, like it's finding your brand, right, on Instagram.
There is some page out there. It's called, oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but they use all black and white pictures, and then every once in a while there's a pop of color. So when you scroll down, it looks like a rainbow. There's like a black and white, and then a color, and then black and white, and then a color, and it looks like a rainbow. And people follow it because it looks cool.
Right. So, but the point is that it shouldn't be overwhelming, right? So, like, if you're the kind of coach that, like, you sometimes look at, I know Amy's like this sometimes, where she looks at a coach that can write just a book of a post, right? Just really super long, whatever. And maybe she's just not that person that wants to sit there and write, these super long posts. But making a cool picture for Instagram is more her jam. Then this is the platform for you. Then this is where you should be focusing your time. Because
here's the thing is, like, Emily Kirby, like, she posts a picture of herself, goes outside, and just puts a motivational quote.
And that's it. That's it.
Like, puts a quote under it, puts a couple sentences, and she's done.
Because the real business of this, the real making this advantageous to your business, isn't always about this unbelievable picture. The picture is important to make sure that you're drawing people into your business, but the real magic happens behind the scenes in the messaging. You're going to get likes, and you have to know what to do with those. You're going to get people following you, and you're going to have to know, how to follow up with them, how to make conversation with them, and how to start the ball rolling. And that's what we're going to be talking about this week. And
then another tip that I found was that you want to make sure that your posts on Instagram match your bio. So if your bio has that you are, like me, like I'm a doodle lover. So I throw in some pictures of Ollie. I try to make sure they're in the same row so that it's visually attractive. So Ollie's in there, right? If it says that you love yoga, you should be in there and have some yoga pictures in there if you're hashtagging yoga mom or something, But you don't want to have something hashtagged or something in your bio that you're not sharing. Or all of a sudden you start sharing something that's not in your bio. So, and do you guys know what the bio is?
Let's go back just a little bit. Do you guys know how to make your bio look cool? Have you ever seen these bios where they're like, if you go to Amy's, or if you go to a lot of coaches, you know how it's all down the left side of the bio, and then like there's, let me see.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
So this top part here.
It's hard to see, but but like if you go to a lot of coaches, the default on Instagram is to sort of make it look like a paragraph, right? To make it look like sort of up and down like that, you have to put it in notes and then copy and paste it into Instagram. And then, you can put a link in there at the end, and we've chosen to put Amy's Facebook page. Other coaches will put like their free fitness support group. They'll put their coaching application from Woofu. That's really up to you. You'll see lots of coaches do it all different ways. Totally up to you how you want to handle that. But I think your bio is important in this game. Like you want your profile picture and your bio to sort of look cool and match what your page is going to be all about.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, cool. So just like on Facebook, you have prime time to post on Facebook. They do recommend on Instagram, and it could be different for everyone, so play around with different times of the day. But I found for me that before 9 a.m., I don't go after 9 a.m. much because I just feel like I get less likes there. And then after 9 p.m. That's just kind of, if I have moms that I'm attracting, and that's really what I am. I'm hashtagging a lot of mom of two, fitness mama, like things like that. You want to make sure a lot of the moms are putting their kids to bed and they're on social media around 9 p.m. or after. So that's when I post on Instagram and before 9 a.m. because they're up early with kids and they're getting ready for school, and then they sit down to check their social media. But play around with it, you guys. It could be different for you guys and your niche and your avatar. So definitely, play around with it. All right, the next thing is hashtags. And hashtags, like I said, you don't want to be too, popular. You obviously don't want to hashtag your program names, your product names. You don't want to hashtag any of that. because you don't want you don't want to fall on a page with a bunch of Beachbody coaches where someone's going to go to it and pick the person with the best pictures. Like they'll see Amy Silverman, right? Be like, oh, Amy Silverman has all these outdoorsy pictures. I'm going to pick her as my coach, right? Like if you're hashtagging 21 Day Fix and Amy Silverman hashtags that and everybody's on there as a coach, the person that comes on there is going to pick the one with the best pictures, and maybe it's not you. So you don't want to lose that. You don't want to be on the hashtag page with all the other coaches. So just like on Facebook, right? You guys, we share this all the time, and I see it sometimes with coaches on our team that they're posting the product names. You don't want to say Shift Shop. You just don't. I have been saying ramped up agility program, this awesome meal plan I'm doing, ramped up meal plan, fast results program, anything that you can say that isn't Shift Shop. I cannot tell you how many people I got to join me this month already at Success Club 10 on the 5th because I was saying new program. I was getting their curiosity flowing, and then they'd message me or comment below and say, what's this new program you're doing? And then I start up a conversation with them, right? If they see that I'm doing Shift Shop, they're just going to move on to the next post.
If they know it's Shift Shop, they go and Google, they tend to, this came from Shailene, I think, at Summit, for those who weren't there. If they know that it's Shift Shop that she's doing, they have no reason to ask Amy what program she's doing and start the conversation. So you lose them. Or they go and Google it, and then they buy it somewhere else or from some other coach or whatever coach comes up, in the top of Google. So this is some of the best advice we got at Summit, to never ever use the program name.
Gosh, it's just totally.
It's really shocking the difference in just changing that one thing alone has made in Amy's business. She's really.
Yeah. So don't say Shakeology, say superfood. I know that some of you probably heard this before, but maybe some of you are new. Don't say the word Shakeology. Just call it something else. Your awesome energy shake, your superfood filled shake. Get those people. They want to. You want them to ask you questions, not you go to them. All right, and then make sure you have a lot of hashtags, and make sure that you save them in a notes file so that you can copy and paste them. Right, I have mine saved right to my phone. I just copy and paste it to my post every single time. And I post the hashtags in the comment section. Okay, it just looks cleaner that way. That way they're able to read the post. And then in the comment section is your hashtags. And Amber Lanier and the trainings that we watch, they suggest 30 hashtags. I don't think I have that many.
You're allowed to have 30.
It cuts you off at 30, but she has a different set of 30 hashtags. And Amy, she'll rotate them out.
Amy always puts them in the comments too. So if you put them, did you say that? Sorry.
It's okay.
Like thinking about what I'm going to say. Pay attention.
Yeah. No, put them in the comment section. It looks neater and cleaner, and then they can scroll down and see your posts easier.
Yeah.
So. And
you can also change them out too. Like you can also try different hashtags, or like, for example, if you like yoga and golden doodles or whatever, just for an example, when you're posting a picture about yoga, you can use yoga hashtags. If you're posting a picture about something else, you can use something else. So, So it's good to have multiple sets in your notes.
Yeah. And if you have 2 different sets of 30 hashtags, switch them out and see which ones work better. Like one night, post your one set of hashtags and see how it does. The next night, post your next set of hashtags. But it's going to take some time. It took us time to think of our hashtags. Like it took me time. But it's worth it. It's worth it to think of the things. Think of your 5 pillars when you're creating those hashtags. Think of who you want to attract to your team. And be detailed. Don't send prospects to other. Okay, I already went through that.
But content, like we're finishing up the content part of it. We can't stress it enough. Your content's got to look good. Hey, and if you can, if you want to send your if you want to say, hey guys, can you look at my page and make suggestions? As long as you're okay with the suggestions we're going to make, or like that you're open to having someone else look at them, we will look at them and tell you, what we honestly think, or where you could improve, or how you could work on things. Because sometimes it is nice to have a second set of eyes on things.
But don't overthink it either. Like, be yourself. If you want to attract yourself, you just have to be yourself. And people don't care about the wordiness of your posts. They care about the energy, right? The energy you're attracting. And I literally go to the pictures that look like someone in their picture is energetic and happy, right? Like
if you go to Haley, when you guys get off this call, go look at Haley Christian's Instagram. It's half her pictures are just her like, that's me. That's it. That's it. Don't overthink it, right? That's what it is. And you guys that have seen her, and if she's not alone, there's like lots of these ladies do very simple posts, or they make posts out of just a picture of them looking happy. That's it.
Exactly. Now, Instagram stories. Who is using Instagram stories? Who knows what it is and is using it?
Good.
Good. Okay. You have to be using Instagram stories. I'm telling you right now, you have to learn it. You have to use it. And here's the difference, okay? Instagram stories is like a Snapchat inside of Instagram. You guys all know Snapchat, like you're able to kind of share snippets of your life. Instagram did the same thing. It's got filters. You can do video in Instagram stories. I literally share my day. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be this amazing content, but you're sharing you because people are gonna, see your story every day and be like, oh my gosh, I feel like I know what she does, or she's doing these workouts from home, or what is she doing? Or I share this picture of my dog, or I just literally share from morning to night what I'm doing. Videos of my workouts, little snippets of videos of my workouts every day. What else do I share on there? Pretty much everything.
Just go check them out. Go check out. Michelle File does it great. I know Dar does it great. I'm just Amy's awesome at it. And it's just like, it's what is getting a lot of activity on, it's almost like the news feed on Facebook, right? Or like, that's what people do. When I go on Instagram, that's the first thing I look at is I scroll through the stories and check out and see what's going on there. And if you look at Amy's page, like she gets lots of activity on her stories every day, and they're not like, it's not like she's crazy stuff, Our life is very boring.
People will message you on a story that maybe I'll post a picture of myself in a dressing room trying on something, and people will message you and be like, where'd you get that dress? Or I'll post a picture of Julia sick in bed and be like, who knows any migraine remedies? And I'll get messages from people in my message box saying, how this is what I do give my daughter, and it just starts up a conversation. It's amazing. Like I've gotten so many messages just from sharing stuff on Instagram stories. So I think people's eyes, you guys, go to the very top of your Instagram page, which is where that little face is. If you don't know, Instagram stories is just the little top of the page. Should I show it?
I don't think you're gonna be able to show it. That's the problem with Instagram. Is like you can't. It's hard to show examples.
Show it on a computer. But here, so. Let me see. Let me aim it down. Okay, yeah. Do you guys see that? You see that?
Sort of.
Yes? No? Okay. So here's my little face, and above it is a camera. If you click the camera, that's where you're going to be sharing on Instagram stories. So when I click the camera, I'm able to take a photo, a video. You can scroll across. You can do hands-free video. You can do a boomerang video. Oops, I just started boomerang. Whoopsie. You can do filters. You can do really, it's really cool. I just use all of it. All right, so let me close that. And then when you go to someone's page, hold on, sorry. Instagram, okay. All right, so when you go to someone's page, like let's say you go to my page, right? Okay, here's Amy Pronzano. People sometimes just click the face, right? Instead of scrolling down my feed, they go right to my face, and that's where my story plays, right? Like they can scroll through my day, okay? Little videos, little pictures, just me, right? So I think a lot of people are just going right to your story and not to your Instagram page. So even if you have a call to action, like tonight I posted my call to action and I posted it on Instagram, I'm probably gonna go to my stories and share a little video and say, go below to my last post and check it out. Swipe up and message me if you wanna join my next group, okay? So you can draw a little arrow or swipe up and they can message you. I know it's getting kind of further into it, but.
You'll get it, don't worry.
But yeah, and you want to make sure that
it can be hard to pick up a new platform. We get that, but let us know. Ask questions, and it's very similar. You know, the platform's a little bit different, but the concepts are very similar to what works on Facebook too.
Right. And you want to make sure that you're following up with people that are, following your pictures or they're following your story. When you share on Instagram stories, you can see who's watching your story. You click on how many,
there's a button at the bottom or like an eyeball or something. See, that's the thing. That's what I was going to say next is like, none of this works unless you guys are reaching out to people, right? Like, so you can have awesome content. You can get this. You can be sharing awesome stuff, but you've got to reach out to people. And every single day, Amy or myself for Amy are, for example, Amy puts it out on story. Amy puts out stories and I go in every night and I check. And I'll find 20, 25, 30 people, different ones, and I'll be like, hey girl, see you checking out my stories. Are you into fitness too? That's it. Send it. Done.
So simple.
Done.
And they respond right away.
Yeah.
And they either respond with, yeah, I'm into fitness. You know, I'm really trying to reach some goals. And then you talk to them about, well, what are you doing for fitness? Or, you know, how's it working for you? Right? Or, no, I'm not into fitness, but I wish I was. Right? And then you're like, oh, cool. You know, tell me what you do or what you have done in the past or where do you struggle? You know? And then I talk about.
Amy has been, we're going to talk about InstaZoom in a minute, but Amy has been completely overwhelmed by the amount of conversations that we've been able to get going over the last couple of weeks, just since Summit. What has it been, a month now? It's been a month, right? Like, how long was Summit? Like after, no, it hasn't even been a month, like 3 weeks. Yeah. So after Summit, man, that was my thing. It's like I said, we're going to commit to Instagram. We're going to nail this. And we started with we just started with the advice from these 2 videos, and it worked right away for us. Like, Amy, right away.
I struggled the month of Summit. I struggled. I was not to my goal when I went to Summit. I came back. We started learning Instagram. I did reach my goal towards the end, but it wasn't where I wanted to be. And then this month, I reached Success Club 10 by the 5th. You know, by the time I went to New York, I, you know, was there, which felt amazing. But it was because of all the sharing on Instagram. It's because of reaching out to them. And all of these tips and everything are great, but you have to implement them. You have to be the one that reaches out to people and invites them. We can do all the sexy work, right? The fun stuff, the posting pictures, doing apps and making your pictures look awesome and your content and sharing on Instagram stories can get really fun. You're going to get addicted to it. It is fun. But you got to do the unsexy stuff. You have to invite people. You have to talk to them. You have to message them. It's not going to work unless you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that stuff, I would not count that stuff as power hour, right? That's just like the stuff you got to do to set up the power hour. And then the power hour comes, and then you've got to reach out to those who are liking your stories, who have liked your page. We're going to talk about that in a minute, or have followed you. Sorry, I'm always like between like followers and likers and all this stuff. I get these terms mixed up, but you know, the people that begin following you, we reach out to every single one of those. We reach out to people commenting on Amy's stuff. We reach out to people liking her stuff on both stories and her mostly stories, actually, though, because she gets her likes are growing. We're going to talk about that in a minute too, but just reaching out, setting a goal every day of, you know, I'm gonna reach out to 20 people today, and I'm gonna add that to what I'm normally doing. I'm not gonna replace what I'm doing on Facebook. I'm just gonna add that to what I'm doing and really blow this up. Will really help you. I mean, it really gives you more people to talk to, and it's easy.
And if you don't have a lot of followers yet, you don't have a lot of likes on your pictures, you don't have a lot of people watching your story yet, you know, go search the hashtags that you're using and go find people. Pick 3 people a day from your hashtag. Like, let's say using yoga, for example, or Pilates or something. Go hashtag that in the search bar, find that word, and other people's pictures will come up. And you can pick 3 people that you think look like you will gel with, like the last 3 pictures that they've done, like their last 3 pictures, and comment on one of them. Okay? And I'm promising you that probably the most likely case is that they're going to see that you liked their last 3 pictures and you commented, and they're going to go follow you.
So right? Just to kind of give you guys an example, like when we came back from Summit, Amy started posting on Instagram, and she was getting like 30, 40 likes on her posts every single time. And now she's like, because of what we've been doing, and most of this is her and being consistent with her hashtags and her sharing, and mostly, by the way, you don't have to share 50 times a day on Instagram. Like one post, and then the stories are enough. That's cool. Okay. So, and it can be the same post that she did on Facebook, maybe just slightly different. You just don't want to like use the Instagram post on Facebook. Example, you don't want to like bring that over. You want to recreate it on Facebook, if that makes sense, right? Because Facebook views that differently. But anyways, like not crazy,
Amy.
Not a work.
Mm-hmm. Did you say that your Success Club points came from your Instagram people?
Most of
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
So can you explain that a little bit more in detail? Like, did you start to have a conversation with them and then really quickly moved into fitness and then you quickly invited them? Like, can you give me like a time frame? Was it a day, 2 days? Like, how quickly did that all take place?
Gosh, was it like?
It wasn't long. I mean, she hasn't ever. She really only started posting on Facebook, on Instagram.
Right.
But I will say this about Amy. I will say this. I don't know if you guys follow her, but she has been breadcrumbing 21 Shift Shop like a boss. Like she has been. Like that's part of it too, right? So like your posts have got to be on point, and Amy's have been just awesome.
A lot of it has just been from not using the shift shop term. Okay, a lot of people just post under my Instagram and say, "What are you doing?" Right? And they want to know what I'm doing they want to know what I'm doing and what they need to do to get in my next group. Okay, so then I talk about their goals and we chat through Instagram back and forth. I never even bring them over to Facebook. Really, I haven't. If they want to follow my page, a few of them have. Yeah, and I talked to someone about coaching already on the phone from Instagram because she commented on one of my coaching posts.
She's put people in the
a
group.
Lot of people in Sneak Peek group from Instagram. It's just from going back and forth in conversations because they see my post and they see that it's about coaching, and then they comment and they're like, I want to hear more about what you do. Right? It just seems like it's easier on Instagram than it is on Facebook. It seems like it takes longer on Facebook, and on Instagram, I don't know, they trust you more, or they just watch you more and they see what you're up to.
Let's be real. Right? Facebook is more pounded with the network marketing stuff, right, than Instagram is. And maybe that's part of it. It could be like a lot of different things, but it just seems like, and I don't want to sit here and bash Facebook all night because we still have, most of our business is probably still from Facebook, but I think that it's just important to add this. Getting back to what I was saying, like Amy is up, like Amy was getting 30 to 40 likes a post, and now just from doing what we're doing and using InstaZoom and whatever, she's up in like the 100 range likes per post, and like she's getting more views because as you talk to more people on Instagram, that algorithm works in your favor and those people see more of your posts. Just like Facebook. If you don't know, Instagram and Facebook are they're the same company, so like they follow the same sort of ideas, but it's important to be reaching out to people just for that alone, that you'll get more views on your page.
But to answer your question,
can I cut in for 1 sec? I haven't sold challenge packs, but I've got 6 people that are coming into my free group this week from Instagram just by using that 3-day InstaZoom. That's a lot.
That makes me feel great. I love that. I love hearing
that's a lot.
And that's what we're going to talk about next, I think, right?
And honestly, yeah, if you're not doing a challenge group, I shuffle them right into the free fitness sport group too, because
we haven't tried that. We have not tried, I'm sure if Amy put a post out there saying, I'm going to do a 5-day whatever group, free group, she'd have 50 to 100 responses on Instagram right away.
Free fitness sport group too.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about a free 5-day group or something. Yeah. No, I mean, of course, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Most people are going to have, most people are going to be on Facebook too.
Mm-hmm. Brian, I have a quick question. You just said that you would not use the same post, you would reduplicate it. Did you mean actually different content or just sort of tweak the wording?
No, I don't even mean, you didn't have to tweak the wording.
Copy it.
You know how like people,
same content, but just put it on.
Yeah. Instagram. Do you know how you can share an Instagram post on Facebook? I just wouldn't do that. That's the only thing I wouldn't. That's what I meant. I'm sorry, but I just would. Amy would use the same exact content. They're different people, between her Facebook and Instagram. Like, I just want to keep this simple. I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed and think, oh my God, I got to create more content.
Like tonight, the post I made tonight, which is doing great already. Like I posted it on Facebook, posted it to my page, and then I posted it to Instagram.
Okay.
Same. Yeah. I copied and pasted the text, put it there.
Yeah. So
I do share different things to my page, but when I have a coach CTA or a challenge group CTA, I just share it. I just not share it, but I post it there.
That's probably a great point. I mean, don't be overwhelmed because I know a lot of you guys have pages that we've encouraged you. A lot of you guys everyone has their personal page, and now we're saying go do Instagram too. And then we all have free fitness support groups. It's like content. How do I create all this content? I think you should just reuse a lot of the content.
I suck at content. I try. I'm not the best with content, but that's why I love Instagram. Is you don't really have to be a genius with content. You just have fun with it and be yourself.
Yeah.
So
absolutely,
that's what you want to do. But let's talk a little bit about building your followers, and then we'll take questions. This is our last thing. It's just how to grow your following, how to build new followers. And he mentioned InstaZoom. We're going to get more into InstaZoom next week in our training, but it's super cheap, right? What is it?
Well, see, here's the thing. There's a couple of ways, okay, so you might have, if you're new to Instagram, you probably don't have that many followers, and the goal with any social media platform is to build your following, right? You want more eyes on your content. And you can have awesome content, but if no one sees it, you're not going to be able to maximize it. So that was like sort of my focus coming out of Summit, is trying to figure out how to grow Amy's following. And I've tested different things. I've tested ads, and I knew about this program from a while back. If you've been around, you know about it. It's called Instagress, and lots of coaches rode that program to just huge followings on Instagram. And it got shut down by Instagram about 6 months ago. But a bunch of them have popped back up, and so I tested out a couple of them to see how they were. And they just kind of back up a little bit. The goal of the program is to sort of mimic what you would normally do manually. It just takes you a long time to do it manually. So what the program does essentially is it finds people that you tell it to find, like-minded people. Example, we have it follow Golden Doodle pages on Instagram, and it goes in, likes, comments, and what does it do? Likes, comments, and follows the people on it, and it does it like sort of 20 out of the 24 hours a day, right? So like if you wanted to do this, you could totally do it, but it would take you all day. So why would you want to do it? So that's where Institute comes in. So it has built Amy's following. We're like plus 600 followers, targeted followers, since we've come back from Summit. And then, so remember I was saying before, her likes are up from 30 to 40 to in the 100 range. So it works, and it's amazing. And I had a little training I did for Hustle Club about it, and we're going to share more on that, I think, this week. But you want to grow your following quick. There's really, from what I've researched from the top coaches, there's really two ways to do it. And that's be consistent with shout outs. Do you guys know what a shout out is? From like an Instagram influencer type account, a big account. Don't worry too much about it yet, but that's one big way to grow your following. For example, like a shout out is like you pay a top account in your niche to give you a shout out. Okay, so like Amy could go to a top Golden Doodle page, say they have 500,000 followers, and say, hey, how much is it for a shout out? And there's different levels of shout outs or whatever. I'm not going to get too into that because that's not as duplicatable as running InstaZoot, right? InstaZoot, I think I've spent $15 total since I started it. There's a 3-day trial, and I think I put $10 on the account. Maybe not much. I have not spent much on this at all. I put a few bucks on the account, and I just literally have it running around the clock. Every day we go up about 50 to 100 followers on Amy's account. They're not all amazing. I would say it's about 50-50, that they're in her niche and like some are outside of her niche. But the account is growing in the right direction. You can definitely feel it. And I know that Crystal's not the only one that has told me that she sort of followed what I'm doing and is having success. Now, the other awesome thing about InstaZoot, besides that it will bring you followers, is that it will also engage the followers for you. So this is the greatest thing ever. So someone follows Amy's page for the first time, right? So let's just say Tanya follows Amy's page on Instagram. She gets a message immediately from our account, from Amy, which says, hey, what does it say? And what is it? Oh, Jack's got something. What's up? Ooh, that sounds good. Okay, sorry. My sons. Okay, so anyway, Tanya follows Amy's account. She gets a message a couple minutes later. I think I have it on a delay, so it doesn't look creepy. And it says, it says, hey, thanks for the love on my page. Are you into fitness too? That's it. That's all it says. Now, what's crazy is the amount of people that respond to that, okay? There's one emoji in there, I think, or something. Like on mine, I think it's like, hey, girl, thanks for the love. And it's like I put a purple heart in there. This is what I do. I never thought my life would be like this, but that's what it is. Okay, so anyway, so it's a purple heart. And then are you into fitness too? And Amy has been completely overwhelmed with the amount of people. I was in New York,
and I had like 30 messages to respond.
But she was doing 30 a day while she was in New York.
In New York at nighttime after all the activities.
So then you have those conversations started. And most of the time it's, I'm trying to get into fitness because Amy's page is built around fitness. And sometimes it's like it's a dog or something responding, like because she's into golden. Like people have Instagram accounts like that for their dog, like that their dog is the Instagram account. Anyways.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, like most of them are great.
But here's the thing, don't get overwhelmed too if you can't get back to all the messages right away. Like when I was in New York, I'm like, I have 20 messages. I can't get to it right away. When I go home, I'm going to message them and I'm going to say, one of the other coaches mentioned this, that she just says, hey girl, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you right away. I've been working on my challenge group. I've been working on getting this accountability group started. I apologize. What's going on? So then they're like, ooh, what's this little accountability group she's doing? Or I've been working on my new coach training and I'm really, you know, been just busy with that. I'm sorry that I didn't message you back right away. Whoa, what's this new coach training, right? Like, it just helps and it gives you a reason to come back a day later instead of responding right away.
Yeah,
Love that. The
point really is that this works. Like, you can take this, and what's amazing about it is that, you know, this is not like, it's not something that's reserved for top coaches. You don't need some big, huge ads budget to be successful. You don't need, you know, this huge presence. Amy had no presence on Instagram 3 weeks ago.
It died. Like,
it's
I
gone.
did Instagram like
she hadn't used Instagram
a year or two ago.
Right.
And I didn't cancel my account. And I suggest if you guys are sitting here and you're like, my account really sucks, I didn't post a lot, don't restart it. I think you should just start where
just
you are.
hustle on your post for a week. That's all you'd have to do to catch it up. Because a lot of people just look at your first 9 or 15 posts anyways. Okay. Mm-hmm. So don't worry about that. But yeah, like that's the most amazing thing about Instagram is that you can duplicate this within your team much easier than you can with Facebook ads. Because let's face it, you know, I've taught Facebook ads for years, and I know that coaches can be overwhelmed by them sometimes, especially if they're new. And they tighten up because there's an investment involved, right? And they feel like they have money on the line. They feel like they don't want to lose money. But there's still a huge place in this business for Facebook ads, of course. But I think we should just add this too, because the other thing is that, you know, lots of young people are on Instagram more so than Facebook, right? Go ask a 20-something where they're spending their time on social media, and they'll tell you, my mom's on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, or I'm sorry, my mom's on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. So again, not to discredit Facebook, because most of our business ends up back on Facebook, even if it started on Instagram. But it's something to really get on. You know, we were late to this party and we need to get on it.
We're regretting it big time.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
You said if you had a kind of dead Instagram and you don't want to really delete it, would you? Because I figured out my filter, I figured out the look and feel I want, and when I look back down at the original post, it's too dark and it's not like what I want to go for. Would you delete those?
I deleted any that looked like they were from Christmas, like,
right,
you know, or they were dark or they were blurry. Like, I deleted all the not good looking ones for sure. And then I just stayed on the same page and just, you know, went from there. But yeah, I definitely deleted a lot.
Yeah.
Amy, and Brian, like, one thing I was going to ask too is, I didn't do a lot of it, but what about for people who did a lot of the branding? Should they maybe go back and tweak those posts? Like, if they've branded the crap out of.
Do you mean like posted like Shift Shop or like?
Yeah, 21 Day Fix, Shakeology, go. Like, I'm just thinking a lot of people maybe made that mistake, and I'm wondering if they should go back.
Absolutely go down and get rid of it. Because
look, I don't think I'd go too far.
But also, think about what a follower is going to do. They're going to scroll down your Instagram, and if they see a 21 Day Fix beach body promo on your page, immediately they're going to tighten up and be like, oh, this person's just going to try to sell me something, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to look at you differently than like if you had awesome pics and no information, because that mystery is gone, right? So it's just the same idea as not mentioning a program name on your picture on your posts on Facebook. There's a bunch of questions on here, so.
Okay. All right. And one last thing, you guys, I just want to mention, and I just saw this somewhere, I heard it somewhere, but 5% of people take action after learning something on a training, a call, or a seminar. And I just have to mention that because, you know, you see all this, you go to Summit, you learn things, but then it's crazy to think that only 5% of people come back from Summit, from a seminar, and imply what they're learning, or implement what they're learning. So, you know, we would love for you guys to be part of that 5% and take what you're learning and what you're going to learn the rest of this week and utilize it. Like, just do your best with it. Start slow and then work your way through it. Like, I just started slow by watching videos, and he watched videos. We watched videos multiple times in a row just to grasp it before we went out there and used it. But definitely be that 5%.
Fail forward. Like, this is not something that you have to nail tomorrow. And we didn't nail this at all. If you look at Amy's page, I mean, this is something that is a work in progress for us. And we're still, it's not perfect by any means, but we're still, moving forward with it, you know, and you know, when someone comes on Amy's Instagram page, they don't know that she's achieved a lot in this business. They just know what it says in her bio, which I don't think says anything about Beachbody. So, you know, this is amazing for you guys. You guys should get on this ASAP and go for your niche and find those people and to move your business forward, because it's a real awesome opportunity, you know, and go for it. And it's really easy. If you guys have questions, you know, message us. You know, so often I hear, hey Brian, I know you're probably busy, but can you help me with this and or that? Or Amy gets the same messages. And you know, we keep busy, but like, this is what we do. We want to help you guys. We want to, like, nothing is better for me. I know Amy feels the same way too, than to hear, hey, you know, I watched that training and man, this helped me. Like this has moved my business forward. So that's what we want. And we'll work with you on it to get there.
We're here to help. The kids are going back to school in like 3 weeks.
Oh my God, I'm going to be popping a bottle that first day.
8 hours
and they get on the bus. I love my kids too. My kids are the best, but like, it's a long summer. Holy cow.
Yeah, we're ready. They're ready. All right, so let's see what questions you guys feel free to unmute yourselves if you have questions, and I'll shuffle through here.
What tracking system are you guys using for Instagram? Is it just paper and pen or?
None. I'll be totally honest with you right now. We have no tracking system, and that we have to get on that ASAP because Amy has so many messages coming in on InstaZoom. It really kind of doesn't even matter right now.
Now, I just scroll through the messages, go back to, like, if I chatted with someone a few times, those are the people that I'll go to and invite to my next challenge or invite to a sneak peek into coaching. I'll just scroll down and see who have I chatted with a few times. Let's chat with them. And then I send the invite. So,
yeah, but if you're somebody that kills it on Teamsy, you know, I know a lot of you guys from Hustle Club do well with Teamsy, and you're super organized and you have the ability to like follow up, you'll kill it on this. Kill it.
I'm a paper pen. I'll probably just start doing
Me too.
Right.
What about that?
So many people messaging and they message back. So really you can just follow your messages if you want to and see how that works for you. You probably lose people here and there, but you know, don't get overwhelmed by, like, don't not act because you don't feel like you have a follow-up system. We've done all right with that one on Instagram so far.
Okay. This question says, do you want to do this one, the bot for Insta Stories? Does it help you follow up on Insta Story views?
No, it doesn't work for Insta Story views. The bot only works sending messages to new followers. So,
so how do you choose what, Sarah asked, how do you choose what to post in your Instagram feed and what to say for your story? My Instagram feed is basically, you know, a post after my workout, a post of Ollie, our dog, because I have a lot of doodle followers. So I'll post something funny about him. Something that I feel that I can engage my following with. My story is literally, if you go look at my story on Instagram, it's just from beginning to end. It's what time I woke up, what I did. I drank my shake. After my workout, I do a little video of me shaking up my after workout shake without the label showing. I'll go out for a walk with the dog and take a video, just show them my neighborhood and be like, you know, I literally like just share my life, like on, you know. But
part of it is always coaching, right? So you don't want to ever get too far away from coaching, right? Some of you guys some coaches, like I look on your Facebook page sometimes and I'm like, man, I don't know that I would know that this person is a coach.
No. I'll share like a screenshot of a team call. Like probably tonight I'll do a screenshot.
Hey, let's do that right now. That's a good idea.
There you go. But yeah, and I will purposely show, like when I have my Shakeology or my breakfast and I'm posting a meal picture, I'll put my challenge group like on a computer in the background and be like, just eating a healthy one, you know, chatting with my challengers, you know. So I definitely talk about my challenge groups. I talk about how I'm opening up 5 new spaces in my next challenge. You can write a text out on a picture and just say swipe up if you want to join my next group. So
the best ways to get ideas, and this is Amy, I know Amy does this, I know Michelle did this, and everybody on our team that's killing it on Instagram, just go pick 25 people in Beachbody and check them out and see who you relate to and see how they do stories and content, and don't necessarily copy them, but just you'll get ideas, you'll get inspiration for how you can, you know, do the same thing. And if you wonder, like, don't be afraid to reach out to Amy and say, you know, like, hey, how did you do this on stories or whatever, you know, so we're here to help.
Like Michelle will do things sometimes on Insta Stories, like something with her texts, and I don't know what it is, and I ask her, and she tells me, like, we are free, we're open book, like we're here to share everything. So yeah. All right, what else? Do you actually post the same photos to Facebook? I do post the same photos to Instagram and Facebook. When you're on Instagram, you click a button. Do you know what that one is?
What?
You go to someone's page and like 3 photos and comment on one. Do you also follow them?
Yeah. Okay. So that's okay. So yes. Okay. So you're talking about, Tracy, doing manually what InstaZoo does automatically for you. That's really what the bot is doing. Is it's going, finding people that you pick, and then picking, liking 3 of their pictures, commenting on one of them, and following their page.
And then they'll follow you back.
And then they'll follow, a certain percentage will follow you back. And it works. I mean, it just always has on Instagram. So but you could do that manually. You don't have to do that with InstaZoo. You could definitely do that manually. InstaZoo will help you do it quicker. But if you don't want to, invest a few bucks or whatever, if you want to have complete control over who's coming on your page potentially, certainly do that. You can certainly do that on your own.
Yeah. Awesome. Was that it? You know what this one is, Michelle? Oh, I think we answered that, didn't we? Yeah. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions that isn't in the chat box?
One more.
Yeah, go for it. No.
Okay. You know how we're doing the ads on Facebook, and for the longest time we were not selecting the Instagram. Would it be a good time to start running them through Instagram now, or no?
That's a great question. So one of my obsessions since I came back from Summit has been figuring out ads for Instagram, because I troll Instagram a lot, and I've not seen, and maybe somebody can chime in if they've ever seen them. I've never seen a coach that looked real successful doing ads on Instagram, or by what I mean by real successful, that they did well with the post doing ads. I run ads on Instagram, and they get views. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't, and when I figure it out, I will share, and I continue to try to run ads and figure out how to do it. For example, I've done it both ways. If you have a business account on Instagram, you'll notice that there's a promote button on a lot of posts, and I've done that, and I've promoted it to Amy's own followers. I've run ads straight from Facebook on Instagram that I thought, for calls to action, for coaching posts that I know worked on Facebook. And it just didn't work the same on Instagram. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm keeping at it.
Can I ask Tara, because she was shaking her head? Did you try it, Tara?
Yeah, it doesn't really work. At least from what I've discovered, I end up with crazy Asian teenagers liking.
Yeah. Okay. So here's one of the things.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Okay. So here's one of the things. I don't want to go too long, but if you do it, you don't want to set the age too low. And by too low, you probably don't even want to go below in the mid-30s. And the reason is a lot of kids exaggerate their age on Instagram to get on Instagram in the first place. So I was running ads with our usual age range is 28 to 45, okay, 27 to 45. And I was getting literally kids that look like my kids on that were liking Amy's post. I'm like, how is this even possible?
I'm getting messages from kids.
Okay, InstaZoo will message men. FYI, I've had 12-year-old boys, and then they're like, "Do you like my pics?" So just be ready for you just gotta block, delete.
Yeah. So the ads platform for Instagram is not the same as Facebook. If you're gonna spend money, I would spend more money on InstaZoo right now.
I don't think you need ads. I don't think you need ads on Instagram.
No, I think it's easier.
So many people coming in, so many messages. If you guys are doing the things that we talked about here, and you do the things that we talk about this week on our team page, you're gonna not need an ad.
The great thing about this is that it's duplicatable for teams. Is that a new coach can figure out Instagram right away and nail it. And then they can work their way into ads with the coaches that are more seasoned, right? If you're on this and you're running ads right now, keep running ads and keep doing that. That stuff works for sure. We're just adding something else to blow this up, to
share
have
with
more.
Your teams. If you have new coaches and you don't want to talk about ads with them because they'll get overwhelmed, but people love Instagram, and I have a lot of coaches that join that aren't on Facebook, but they're on Instagram, right? I don't know. People love it, and it's just an easy thing to use, and I think that it's a great way for you guys to, when you sign new coaches, to have that opportunity to share Instagram. So awesome. Any other questions? Crystal, you got another one?
For the Insta stories.
Oh, go ahead, Sandra.
You know when you do the hands-free, when you do little snippets of your workout?
Mm-hmm.
Is there, I don't know if you know the answer to this or not, but is there a way of when you press play and you're running back to get into the move, is there like a way of that, like a delay so you're already in the move?
No, because it's
You got to get faster. You got to do shift shot.
You gotta like duck under the camera and like crawl over and then start like.
Like I'm like turning back and all you see is my ass. Like
no, it's all real. They gotta see all that.
You got to do those suicides in week 4. You got to get your 40 time down.
No, I think because Instagram's like the videos are formatted differently. Like if I take a video on iMovie or like I clip it out on iMovie, it doesn't show up as good if I clip it and then put it on Instagram stories. Like it's all
but you can put an iMovie on there as well.
You could. It just never shows up as good. You can save a video as long as it was taken that day. You can only take stuff that was taken in 24 hours. And you can share it if you want to clip it out and then put it in there. But mine just never turned out as good. So I just use the Instagram story one and whatever, people can see me running to my spot, whatever. Okay. But yeah, good question though.
Tanya, what's up?
When you are posting for Instagram and you're doing like a CTA, how do you end the CTA? Do you have the people message you, or are you still looking for comments on that? What do you find works best on Instagram, versus Facebook?
I still say comment below or message me either way on Instagram and on Facebook.
Because you can't put a link in there. So the only way to, like, for those of you who have used Wufoo forms, the only way to use a Wufoo form on Instagram is to put it in your profile and then say application in my profile. Mm-hmm. But you want to keep that algorithm going. The more comments and likes you get, the better it's seen on Instagram. So it's same idea.
Mm-hmm. So we'll test it out tonight. I posted my CTA to Instagram. We'll see how it goes. Cool. Awesome. Any other questions? Crystal, did you have another one? Where'd she go?
I think we lost her.
Okay.
Well, guys, thanks a lot for coming on the first kickoff call, and we're going to be on here every Sunday night, and hopefully we'll have some awesome
Heather
content.
Will be on next Sunday for us. She'll be sharing. Yay!
Oh, I wonder what she's sharing next Sunday. We'll see. That should be interesting.
It should be fun, anyways. But yeah, so we'll have that next Sunday, and then the week after that on Sunday we have a special guest, and you are going to want to be there. So. Super special guest, but it's secret, so I can't say. Sorry, I know I'm a tease. Anyways,
they're gonna figure it out probably.
Probably, that's okay.
Tanya already knows. I'm sure I can see it in her eyes.
Her face. I know who this is. No. Oh. Well, thank you guys for coming on, and continue to hop on the team page this week because we'll be sharing other little tidbits that we're learning on Instagram with you guys. So feel free to check out our daily posts.
Hey, two things to finish up. One, take action, right? Don't like write down a bunch of stuff and then never do anything, right? Like take some action and maybe if you got time tonight, spend 20 minutes working on this, just moving this in the right direction. Moving in the right direction, right? I mean, I think that's one. Amy and I don't necessarily do anything so spectacularly well, but we take action. We always are doing something and always moving forward and always failing, figuring shit out and doing a little bit better all the time. And I think that's really why we've had success. We're not really great at any one thing. We just kind of keep doing it. Number 2, don't be afraid to reach out to either Amy or I for help and have us look at what you're doing, or if even outside of Instagram, if you're struggling, reach out and let us know. And but be prepared. Like I will give you, my opinion. I'll try to be as nice as possible, but I'll give you my opinion. And don't get mad at me if I give you my opinion. And that's like, well, you got to do this or you got to do that or work in the right direction. My heart's always in the right place. I just want you guys to know that, right, Heather? Right? I will tell you exactly how it is.
No, Brian will tell you exactly how it is, but he'll tell you as much as you can take. So if you
don't get mad at me.
No, your best thing is just ask Brian for the friggin' truth, and he'll give it to you, and it will work wonders.
Just be okay to take it is what I'm trying to say. Now, I'm not saying I know everything, but sometimes things like jump out, and we want you guys to be able to for example, like. Sometimes it's great to have a second set of eyes on things. That's just all it is. And sometimes Amy might see something right away that would really help you grow your Instagram account. Maybe you just didn't see. Maybe you're new to Instagram. And we want to make sure that we kind of get you guys pointed in the right direction. And that's all I'm trying to say. It's like, if you need help, make sure you ask. But take action first, right? Let's go for it.
And be coachable, right? Like, that's all it is. If Brian's telling you something or I'm telling you something, like, just be open-minded and be coachable, because we've been through so much in this business. We've been through the ups and the downs, and we were here to help all of you guys. Like, that's what we do full time. So, but
all right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on the first kickoff call, and we will see you,
next Sunday or in social media world.
Yeah.
But get out there and try these things, you guys. Really just try to do what we're saying, and you guys will see success. And ask us if you have any questions. Okay, guys.
All right, guys. Have a great
Sunday night. Bye, everyone.